It's been Tom's 70th birthday this year. He's been gone 44 years. A lot of people, seem to go by the wayside, but Tommy's still a legend. I mean, he really is in Sioux City, and I enjoy people. That's why we can do this show here every year. He's have a very good crowd. I was telling Earl about showing the new albums out. This came out this year, and this is a band Tommy had called Energy. It was after his band that he had called Zephyr, and he quit them and started Energy. Zephyr was had 2 albums out on a big label. He did pretty well, the American Bandstand and some different kind of stuff, and played really big shows 10 years after. But Tommy always wanted his own band, so he started Tommy Bolin Energy. And this just came out this year. This is 1972. And it's got a song here, recorded live at the Rooftop Ballroom in Sioux City, Iowa. He played back here 3 years, off and on in the winter, and there's out of that, all those boxes we received, we had our own thing going on called the archives. We had released 25 records, or 24. So they bought the archives just recently, and they already have eight albums out now, the last couple of years. That's, 44 years later.
Yeah. And Tommy's still popular all over the world.
Yeah, these are all over the world, exactly. This company's called Cleopatra. They've had some of Tommy's albums out in the past. But they just brought this out. This year it's called Shake the Devil, Lost Sessions. It's the album Private Eyes redone. Outtakes from the original album. So it's a collector's item, big time. And I didn't show you the cover. That's that one.
Yeah, it's pretty. And it comes in white, red, and purple.
Yeah, white, red, and purple, right.
But tell me a little bit about this year's Bolin Fest. What year is this for Bolin Fest?
Well, we've always, because it started like in the 80s.
Yeah.
At Pizza Joint, Tony's Pizza. It was just a party. It was just 2 bands and pizza. And we had some footage of Tommy with Deep Purple and James Gang would show. And that's, because we just wanted to do something on Tommy's birthday,
It was just kind of family and friends at first.
Yeah. So you'd see if it caught on, or we always have a good crowd,
But it's grown, to a bunch of bands and a bunch of musicians doing like a jam session and.
Yeah. So actually, it did start in '94. That'd be legitimate, yeah. With Phil and then we started having it on our own and having our own guests. We had Rick Derringer, and we had Buddy Miles, and we had Glenn Hughes, but once we got Glenn from Deep Purple, we did Chautauqua 2-3 years. We did it at Pavilion downtown for 2-3 years, and then they kicked us out. No, they didn't kick us out. No, we were very good, cleaning up and everything. So then these records were going really well in Denver. So we played a couple of years out in Denver,
Okay.
at the Bluebird Theater. And we got Glenn Hughes to help, play in the band. Well, Glenn had a big following in Texas with Trapeze, his band Trapeze. So we went down there and did San Antonio and Dallas and Houston and Austin. And then got back up to Denver, played one more show there. And, it was just so expensive and production-wise and everything, the big theater and all that. We said, let's go back to Sioux City if they'll let us.
Really? It's a lot cheaper, yes.
Well, and it's hometown.
It is.
And you had to go where the record went. But the records, they're still selling. But we weren't living there, and we only did it once a year. So I can endorse the product, to friends back here better than I could out there.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
So we came back here, and you've had us ever since. Well, I went to the Rooftop Ballroom once.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we had, they put that show on, and they put on a really good show with Mountain and Savoy Brown and Travers but they flipped the bill on that one. But
Yeah.
so that was nice to play in.
Very historic.
Very historic.
Yeah.
We went to the Icky Nickel, see if we could get in there,
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to think of us because they didn't, because you never know how the thing's going to turn out. And so we've been out there ever since, and then went to the Marquis last year. It's COVID had hit, and once again, like in the Icky Nickel, you gotta get to your own production.
Yeah.
And that was expensive. And with COVID going on, I had no idea what was gonna. We had a hard time even trying to find the musicians to play.
Yeah.
But Black Oak came up from Memphis. They don't have COVID in Black Oak.
Really?
Town where Jim's from. I went there and I was like, what do you mean you don't have it? Anyway. So we came up and done last year at the Marquis.
Yeah.
Did a good show. Got people out there. It's really neat to see people smiling.
I know.
I just didn't realize, I'm looking around like it was my first concert. I can't. This is great. So anyway, we did that. And then we decided to come back out to Nickel this year because, it's pretty much under control.
Yeah.
And we like the bigger place.
Yeah, it's a good space for you.
Yeah. And it became our home,
So who's going to be this year for Bolin Fest? Who you have lined up?
Well, yeah, I got a poster here for you to take with you, but
Nice. And it's taking place on August 7th.
August 7th. We got some great, Top Down has been there many, many years with us. The local guys are.
Yeah.
And bass player was lost this year, and Eric Riley is only 47 years old.
Jeez.
So they're going to do benefit or something. And then there's a band gang, they're out of Minneapolis. They bring all the stuff down from Minneapolis in the truck and set up at Doc's.
Okay.
Doc's doesn't have nothing, no gear there either. Drums, PAs, amps. They do it for pretty much for free. Gallivant's that three-piece band that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were at Saturday in the Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're young kids that are really happening.
Yeah, they're good. I heard that.
Then Dean, and then Rockborn. There's a girl named Lou Reed. I knew her from Minneapolis, but she moved to Albuquerque, and her and her husband, whatever, they got 2 records out now, and they're doing really well.
Nice.
They're coming up from Albuquerque, so it's mostly local, but not really. Russell Bazette, he plays every year.
Yeah.
Drummer, and he's got with him Missy Coons and Emily Johnson, Russell's wife, and Amy Linder.
Okay.
From I played with Rockstra. And the Tommy Bolin band, the usual characters.